Welcome all. Today we will learn about the NLP. NLP is nothing but the natural language processing. The natural language processing is actually the part of AI. Before starting with the NLP, before the starting with the natural language processing, what are the stages, what are the levels are involved in that particular subject? Before that, I like to tell you something about the NLP. I like to introduce first about the what is natural language processing. The natural language processing is what? First, what mean by the natural language? Natural language is nothing but the in daily basis or in real time which language we are using for the communicating purpose. Okay, it may be your local language, it's like Marathi, Hindi, English, whatever. Okay, so communicating with the one person to other person, it is called a communication language. Okay, and that language which you use for the communication purpose, that is nothing but your natural language. Okay, so that is in between the two human beings. Okay, now if we want to communicate between the human and the machine, suppose we want to communicate it human with the machine. If machine is kind of any kind of system or anything, okay, which is not a human. Okay, so how we have to communicate it with that particular machine? With our natural language. So that is the funda over here, कि एक पर्टिकुलर ह्यूमन बीइंग एक पर्टिकुलर सिस्टम के साथ कैसे कम्युनिकेट करें. ओके, सो दैट कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस इज नोन एज द natural language process. Okay, I hope you understand what is the exactly concept of NLP. NLP is the concept of communicating a person, communicating a human being with the particular system, and that communication is happen in a natural language. Now if you saying that human is already communicated with the system, there are many softwares, there are many programs which we given as an input and they will give a output. So that is nothing but the one of the communication between human and the machine. Yes, you are doing a program with the C language, you are doing a program with the Python. Many languages are there, that languages are converting. You give the input with that particular language and those inputs are converted and you will get the output with that input. So that will be one kind of communication. So why we require some other things? Okay, so that question might be in come your mind, but those languages are C language, C++, whatever the programming languages are there. For that understanding those language, we have to understood first these languages. Okay, but the person who didn't have the background of the software, he doesn't have any technical knowledge, then suppose that particular person want to communicate with the machine, then that particular person want to learn this C plus and on many languages are there. Okay, so why required to learn? Why we not learn the system with the natural language? So that is the motto behind that, to do the natural language processing. Now before starting with the exact actual processing of the natural language, I would like to share the history of NLP. Now there is a very long history, as you see, for the natural language processing. ये बहुत पुराना हिस्ट्री है, मतलब इन द 1940 जब वर्ल्ड वॉर टू चल रहा था, तब से एक्चुअली नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग का वर्क शुरू हुआ था. ओके, देर इज़ अ वेरी what you can say one story about that. I would like to share that story. I hope सबको ये अलन ट्यूरिंग, everyone know who is the actually father of NLP. Okay, natural language processing, that is also known as the father of AI or machine learning or intelligence. Okay, the many papers are published of Alan Turing on that this particular topics. Okay, so in 1950 the publishing paper, that is computing machinery and intelligence. Okay, in that particular paper he first, that Alan Turing is first introduced the NLP. Okay, now there is a one story actually I like to share. First, I would like to tell you, in 1940, in the World War of Two, why we uh, realize that natural language processing is important, because there is a translation of language. Why the translation of language is required? There is a one story behind that. In World War Two, there is a machine called as the Enigma, which is developed by the Russians, or the Germans actually, not Russians, which is developed by the Germans, who pass the messages from one source to other source. Okay, and that Enigma machine is passing some code languages. Okay, so that code language is generated by the machine, and that can be understood to the machine only. So translation of that code language into understandable language, it is very important. So that happened in World War II. So to break that particular code, the Alan Turing made one machine to understood those code languages, and and from that only that natural language processing concept is developed. Okay, that NLP concept is developed. Okay, so that much history actually, that you can say the history come for to develop this particular natural language processing. Okay, so that story was very interesting. There is a one movie also available on this particular Alan Turing के उस पर्टिकुलर इकनी मतलब वर्ल्ड वॉर टू के उस पर्टिकुलर मशीन पे ही एक एलन ट्यूरिंग का मूवी भी है हॉलीवुड का. यू कैन वॉच दोस मूवी, वॉच दैट मूवी, एंड यू कैन realize what is that particular enigma machine. Okay, so that is of the history of the NLP. Okay, so I hope you understand why this particular NLP is required, and why it is right now is used for the your in Mumbai University syllabus, or many universities the NLP is required, and it is used in their syllabus. Okay, so this is the history of the natural language processing, as you can say. So in next lecture we go through the next topic, or more advanced topic of the natural language processing, that is the how it process. Okay, the main motto of this particular subject is not only the natural language, but how to process that particular natural language to understand the machine. So that is the aim, means machine learn the natural language. Okay, so in next lecture or next video I will share what are the processes are there, what are the stages are there. Okay, so till now, bye bye. I hope you understand all those things. Okay, thank you for this watching this video. Thank you.